Thank you, Peter. So I'll call this meeting to order at 7:05 on June 1, and I will move Bill Ferguson and Max Leonard to voting positions in the absence of Eric Goodman and Todd Brady. I will call the first public hearing, HGC. Oh, I'm sorry. Would someone like to read the call? I skipped right over that because it's usually Todd.
Yeah, I'll read it.
Thanks, Don.
Dear Matt, please publish the following public notice for one insertion on Monday, May 24th, 2021. Town of Groton, notice of public hearing, Historic District Commission. The Historic District Commission will hold a public hearing on Tuesday, June 1st, 2021 at 7 p.m. virtually via the Zoom platform to hear the following applications requesting a certificate of appropriateness. HDC 21-27, 17 Bank Street, Jason and Laura Burke, owners. Jeff Gillies, applicant, compressors and line set, PIN number 2619183143995. HDC 21-28, 3 Orchard Lane, Anne Marie McGraffern. Excuse me if I botched that. Owner applicant, install fence, PIN number 2618062979929. HDC 21-29, 15 Pearl Street, St. Mark's Parish of the Protestant Episcopal. Owner applicant, rooftop PV solar system, PIN number 2619183184660E. HDC 21-30, 40 Library Street, Mystic Noank Library. Owner Norton Wheeler, applicant, replace doors, PIN number 2619182088890E. A Zoom meeting link will be posted to the town's website meeting calendar or can be attended by visiting www.zoom.us. Webinar ID 881-8047, 1972, password 347782, or by phone 1-312-626-6799. Applications are on file and available for public inspection during normal business hours at the Planning Department, 134 Groton Long Point Road, Groton, Connecticut, dated this 24th day of May, 2021 at Groton, Connecticut. Todd Brady, Secretary. And I can't read what it says after that. So.
Thank you, Don. So I'll call the first public hearing, HGC 21-22, 50 West Mystic Ave. Kirsten Sutt, owner applicant, replace windows and doors. Kirsten? I don't see her. Oh, there she is. I see her.
Come on now. Yeah.
Kirsten?
Hello, I'm here. Sorry.
That's okay. You can start your presentation.
Hello, good evening. I met with the Historic Commission 2 weeks ago, and there was a request for further information about the windows for the kitchen project. So I forwarded the windows that will be used. I met with the contractor, and there was also a question about the view from Route 215 to the house. So I don't know if you'd like me to go over the whole request or just what you had requested from 2 weeks ago, which was the windows.
So Kirsten, I wasn't here 2 weeks ago, so if you could just give a really abridged version so you can bring me up to speed, I'd appreciate it.
Certainly. So the kitchen is being renovated at 50 West Mystic Avenue. So of course, mostly inside the house is being affected, but in the kitchen remodel, the bump out, that's what we call it, which has the current door to the outside plus 2 windows, is going to be removed. The windows in the door are going to be removed and then cedar shingled. There is then going to be a door put in the back. If you stop right here, where that window is on the left, that window will be removed. Nope, I'm sorry, the next one over to on the back of the house. If you scroll back up, sorry.
Too far.
Too far. So there are 3 windows at the back of the house. The window that is on the left side is going to be replaced with a patio door to go to the back.
Right there.
So this is the current view from the house, from the back of the house, from the lawn.
And those windows.
These are the windows that are going to be replaced, the 3 that are in a row. Those are the current kitchen windows. And these were the windows that were in question from 2 weeks ago. This is the door that's going to be
What is it?
boarded up with cedar shingle. So this picture here is the picture from 215 that you can see through my neighbor's yard, and you can see the tiny little bit of the window. You'll see the blue umbrella, and the windows are just behind that. That's the view from 215. And here is another view from 215 that was also in question 2 weeks ago. So the window that you see clearly over the fence is not affected at all. That is going to be remaining. And the 3 kitchen windows are behind that tree. So this is the patio door that's going to be installed. And this is the window. So there'll be 3 of these windows. They are going to look double hung, but they will be casement windows, because to open the windows from inside the house, you have to kind of put a knee on the kitchen counter to move the windows up and down. So a casement window would be easier. And we selected a window that looks like it's double hung.
So not being here, I don't have any questions. Do any of the other commission members have questions or what they're?
No,
concerned about?
we weren't exactly sure where it was, and then when we saw where it was, we were okay, but there wasn't any view to see how it would be, and this looks fine.
Gotcha.
Okay, great.
Max, Don, any questions?
Nope.
It cleared it right up.
Okay, very,
Fantastic. I'm so glad to hear that.
thank you, Kirsten. So
Okay.
would anybody in the audience like to speak for this application? Would anyone in the audience like to speak against this application? Kirsten, if you don't have anything else, yes.
I have one hand raised in a phone call. I don't know if it's specifically for this or not.
Okay, well, just to be on the safe side, let's,
It's 860-572-0032 number. You got their hand up?
I don't see them.
I'm asking them to unmute.
Bless you.
God bless you.
Thank you.
Well, they don't seem to be responsive to it.
Okay. All right. Well, then I will close HDC 21-22. I will, oh,
They're here.
Hello?
hi, on the phone?
Hey, I'm not making a comment on this one you're doing now. I just want to let you know, this is Bill Biden and Eva. I'm on her phone, and I want to let you know we're here. I guess I got to hit *6 when it comes to our turn.
Correct.
But I think we're at the end.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so we're all set. Then you guys will hear us at the end.
Yes, we will call you at the end. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I'll get out of here then. Thanks.
All right. All right. HDC 21-22 is closed. I am calling HDC 21-24, 3 Pearl Street.
Hi, I'm here.
Curtis.
I lost you. Oh, Spy.
Yeah,
Sorry.
hi.
Hi. Go ahead, Spy. Sorry about that.
Okay, so I submitted the requested photo with a markup of the lines going up the side of the building and in through the brick rather than across to the window that, so you would not be able to see it. And I think that was the only thing that was requested in addition to what I had.
I think we're gonna run into the same problem though, because Sarah didn't see this one either.
Sorry, Spy, if you could just give me the cliff notes of what your original application was?
Okay,
Also-
yeah,
You were gonna add a picture from the street because there wasn't
Yeah.
one.
right, I did that also, yeah.
Yeah,
Right, so the cliff notes would be adding 2 compressor units for heating and cooling of the 2 storefronts,
Mhm.
which would replace the ugly wall units that are hanging in front of the front doors right now that look ugly and are noisy and drip all over the customers when they walk in the door. So we'll be placing them in the back about 50 feet behind the brick building, tucked in the corner, and the line sets going up the side of the brick building where you won't see them, and into the back of the brick building where you won't see them from the street.
Okay. And the additional information that the commission was looking for was that the line sets were being moved?
Yeah,
Yeah,
originally,
ori-
he was coming around the corner of the brick and
Yeah.
coming in the window that you see,
Gotcha.
like the first window there on the brick.
Mhm.
And we requested that he move it out of sight behind the wall instead.
Okay, gotcha, which he's doing.
it's much, much better.
Way
Big
better.
Yeah, I
improvement,
agree.
Spiros.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay. And is this it? This is it? I'm not missing anything?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, all right. Any questions for the applicant from the commission?
No,
No, it's much better. It'll be tucked away back there and you won't even see it, really.
Yeah,
No, you'll see it a little, but like he said, it's gonna be a
Any,
lot better than the window units.
yeah.
Any other comments from the applicant?
No,
Then would anyone in the audience like to speak for this application? Would anyone in the audience like to speak against this application? HDC 21-24 is closed. Thank you.
okay, thank you.
Thanks. So I will call HDC 21-27, 17 Bank Street, Jason and Lori Burke, who I know I saw. There you are.
Hi.
Yes, go ahead.
Hi,
Laurie here.
and Jason Burke here. So 3-story home on 17 Bank Street, looking for install similar to the previous applicant, compressors and line sets made by LG. Not changing the facade of the front home at all. There'll be one compressor installed on the rear of the home, and then one on either side of so this is the right side of the home, go vertically. So one installed on the back side of the home, and then 2, like I said, this is the left side of the home looking at the house, vertical line set with white covers that obviously blend in, kind of low low set against the White House. And 2 on each floor, so they're 1 in each bedroom on the first floor, followed by 1 in the rear of the home for the dining room and family room, and then on the right side up to the other family room, and then the 2 daughters' rooms on the 3rd floor on both sides of the house.
what are we looking at there with the existing? compressor?
That's just a photo. That's just an example. So it's not the existing photo of one. I think that's a mock-up,
It's just a mock-up.
but it'll be
I
white.
think they're 3 by 3 by 8 inches and quiet. And so there's the mock-up there of it's gonna be white, so it'll blend in with the facade of the home.
So those black lines are where the line set's gonna run.
Correct.
Okay.
And then there's
Is that the
There's-
front of the house or the back?
That's the
That-
front.
that's the right side of the house.
Okay.
So you can't, the angle There's, you can't quite see the corner of the house where the porch ends, but then there's the right side of the home. And then there's
But
There's
that's
Can
the
you-
front of the house there?
Yes.
where the front porch is, correct.
Okay.
Can you use north, south, east, west instead of right, left?
They're wrong
Yeah,
about
good
that.
question. We're new to the area, so I'm trying to get my bearings. I'm a Navy guy. I should know. I should have my compass out. So
So Bank Street runs north, south.
south, right? So that is the south side of the house.
Sarah, you might want to make a point that Todd Brady's in attendance now.
Oh, thank you. Todd, you joined us one application ago, right? You were there for all of 3 Pearl
I
Street?
saw all the applications.
Okay. All right. So to the applicant, this is the south side of the house. Do you have, you said there's one on each side?
There'd be one on the north side, right? So as the garage in front of the vehicle, there's a 1-car garage. It'd be to the left of that garage, hugged up against that side where and it is kind of mocked up with the black lines, but once again, that'll be covered in white. And then there's the unit that'll be installed.
What's at the base there? Is it just the side of the house? Is there nothing?
So the driveway is crushed shell. So what will go, it'll go on a very small stand, and then with white gravel that'll blend it with the white shell.
Okay, but there's nothing obscuring that unit itself?
No, but it's hard to, right, unless there's a car parked there. And then on the south side of the house, it's in an area where the propane tank is, and then there's vegetation that grows around it. So not, it's hidden behind tall grass.
Okay.
And what's the stand made out of, you know?
I'm sorry?
What's the stand made out of?
I believe it's aluminum, or it's a metal, it's a tiny metal stand, right? And I believe it's painted white as well.
Are you referring to where Peter, can you just run back a little bit? Is it gonna have that kind of stand?
Yeah, it's a little, I think the stand is a little lower than that though. And then the one on the back of the house is just, it's mounted on the side of the house.
Will be.
So it's gonna rest on a platform and then be raised?
Correct.
Yeah.
For room to drain, right? And it's a stone back patio area.
But ours would
Underneath.
not be positioned perpendicular to the house. It would be
Yeah, this is just
against the house.
yeah, it'll be parallel to the wall of the outside of the house. So
I think he just put this picture in here for an example.
this is just an example picture, right? As Laurie said.
Okay. Does anyone have any additional questions for the applicant?
None.
No. Okay. Does the applicant have anything else that they'd like to add?
No, we're just our youngest daughter lives with us. She's got asthma, so we're trying to keep the humidity down and make it more comfortable in the home. She's on the 3rd floor, so.
Would anyone in the audience like to speak for this application? Would anyone like to speak against this application? HDC 21-27 is closed. So I will call HDC 21-28 3 Orchard Lane. Anne Marie, I'm not gonna try that last name.
We have this letter that she'd like it to be continued to the 15th.
Okay. So I'll move to continue HTC 21-28 to the, what'd you say, 15th?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I have to do roll call, guys. Linda won't be able to figure it out. I won't.
You do it by process of elimination.
Everyone agreed. So because Todd joined us for the first meeting, it will be, voting members will be Bill, myself, Don, Todd, and Bonnie. Okay. So Ferguson,
Yes, aye.
Moriarty, aye. Levinson,
Aye.
Schnault,
Aye.
Brady.
Aye.
The application's been continued. All right, HDC 21-29, 15 Pearl Street, St. Mark's Parish.
Hello. Can you all hear me?
Yeah.
We can, thank you.
I'm the Reverend Adam Thomas, rector of St. Mark's Episcopal Church in Mystic.
Go ahead, tell us what you're gonna do.
Okay, so we are planning on putting a solar plant on top of the flat roof of St. Mark's Education Wing, which is the flat roofed building, which takes up most of our physical plant space, which is to the towards downtown Mystic. You can see it there. It's that large flat roof in that picture there. Yeah, covering that whole area. The flat roof of the church, back when it was of the Education Wing, back when it was built in 1959, was designed to have another church built on top of it. But that ended up not happening because the church didn't have money to build the new sanctuary. And we're really happy that it didn't, because we didn't need to be bigger than we are. And now it gives us this opportunity to have the solar plant. So. This image is a rough image. That's not exactly to scale. It's just sort of to give an idea of the coverage of the panels. It's a cantilevered system, so nothing is actually drilled into the roof itself. It's all suspended. And then the panels are these.
So is there a structural frame that bears on the outside walls and then bridges across the?
That's my understanding. Yeah. I also have a parishioner of mine who's more intimately acquainted with the actual workings of this, is in the attendees. If you wanted to promote Rob Christian into panelists, he might be able to answer some questions too, if you have any more.
It's not.
I'm sorry.
It's not exactly pertinent to the specifics of your application here, but when I had my solar panels installed on my house, they had to reinforce the inside of my roofs for questions about the weight of the structure. I wonder if just your benefit.
Yeah,
if you look
because as I said before, because the education wing of our building was designed to have another building put on top of it. It was actually built as if we were going to build the new church on top. So the ground floor is it has plenty of structural support to cover all the weight.
Okay.
So the suspension system you were about to talk about a little bit?
Rob, so can I introduce Rob Christian, member of St. Mark's? Rob, did you want to say anything about the way the system sits on the flat roof?
Yes, I haven't actually had my hands on one of those support systems, but it's built in underneath the panels to keep it at a constant slope, about 10 degrees, I believe,
Mhm.
and supports the whole unit across the span. So it spreads the load of the panels themselves across the roof and not having to actually dig into or drill into the roof structure itself.
Yeah, and it's not, I said cantilevered earlier. It's not fully cantilevered across the structure. They actually do sit on the roof, but they're not drilled in.
But I think you
That's
said it was like a ballasted.
That's the word I meant. That's the word I was supposed to say. Yeah.
So the weight of the panels and the support members is what keeps it on the roof. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Without a series of penetrations.
Correct.
Wow.
Are there any, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna ask if there were any other additional documents to the application, because we scrolled back and forth. I didn't know if we finished it.
I think you saw everything, which is the ballasted system, the panels, and then all of the images, as well as the GIS is at the beginning.
Peter, would you mind just going slowly back through the application one more time for me? Thank you.
When we were here last month for the pre-application hearing, you had suggested getting the image from Bank Street on the hill, which is the next image down. Excuse me, it's the one after this. Sorry. That's the image from the backyards in Bank Street.
The big portion of the roof is actually concealed behind that, what used to be an apartment building that's part of the church property.
And as you can see, the education wing behind all these cars, the panels at a 10-degree pitch are going to be pretty much invisible from the street. You're going to see very little impact from the street. The only place you're really going to be able to see them is from up on the hill or from my house, which is the White House next to the church, from our second story, perhaps from the houses across the street too on their second stories. But from ground level, there's not going to be much to see.
Well, it certainly is not a historic building in its own right in any event.
No, not the education wing, which is why we are not talking about putting the panels on the south-facing roof of the church itself.
Yeah.
Which was a bridge too far for pretty much everybody on our committee.
Yeah.
Although I can't imagine, I mean, we're given pretty strong advice to approve all these systems. So if you would come in, I don't know if we would be.
Well, we actually did the math, and the solar plant on the education wing is about what we need to power the church. So more panels on the sloping roof wouldn't have done much.
It wouldn't look very good.
And it wouldn't look very nice. Yeah. So we went more for the low impact, visually high impact for power generation.
Now, are the power lines connected from this building to the church?
It's all one structure. When you're actually inside, there are a couple of phases coming in from the street, but they go throughout the building in kind of a haphazard way. The original church itself is 1867. And then in the mid 50s, they connected the education wing to the church through an office area. So it's all one structure.
Okay.
As you can see in that image, some of the power lines are going to be connecting. The bottom half of that image is the God, I'm flipped around now. Rob, help me out here. Am I looking at it from the bottom is the church or the top's the church?
The bottom should be the church, Adam, really, because everything will connect in behind the church and flow through back to the utility room that's underneath the church on the north
back half of the building. Yep.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. There's the south. Okay. I see it now. Yeah, so all the equipment's actually going to be behind the structure.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
I think that's pretty much it. Does anyone have any additional questions for the applicant? No?
No.
Anything else from the applicant?
Oh, we're all set. Thanks so much.
All right. Would anyone in the audience like to speak for this application? Would anyone in the audience like to speak against this application? HDC 21-29 is closed. HDC 21-30 40 Library Street, Mystic Noise Library.
Christine's here, so.
Oh, is Norm Wheeler.
Yes, good evening, commission members and staff. This is Norton Wheeler, Mystic River Building Company. We're proposing to replace the two exterior doors at the Mystic Noink Library on the Elm Street entrance. There is a vestibule there. There's a pair of doors on the exterior as well as a pair of doors on the interior. Both have single pane glass. And the doors on the outside are approximately 40 to 50 years old. They were undercut at one point, so there's about a greater than a 1-inch gap below the doors, and the hardware that's currently installed on them is no longer available. So we have proposed replacing the two doors, as you see in the photo here, in red oak, which is a species they're manufactured of currently. The sticking and style and the exact glass size, style and rail size, all of that will be replaced like for like. And the hardware is also being replaced with the new, a little more modern panic device. Again, it will have a rod going top to bottom on the inside like you see here. And I believe if you scroll down, there's a picture of the different hardware. So this is just the sketch that I did of the door before we sent it to the manufacturer for a shop drawing, which will be the next page. The shop drawing, the glass sizes are not necessarily drawn to scale, but they are sized appropriately with the dimensions that you see. And if you could scale down, please. Sorry, one more thing on the drawing. The bottom two panels are solid, and then the 4 panes of glass above the lock rail are glass, and those would be insulated glass now, tempered insulated glass. The hinges are going to be a bronze plated hinge. That's just showing the doors swing. There's one active door, one inactive door. This is the panic device, which will also be in a antique bronze finish. The handle set is circled. It's a C lever, which matches the existing C lever handle on the doors. The 08 is just the function that how you unlock them in the morning. And you can see the C handle here is circled. And you can also see here where the two doors are circled, the two doors together showing the 2 panic bars mounted on the 3.5-inch stiles of the door, the vertical stiles of the door. There'll be a door closer on one of the doors. The other door has a handicap accessible automatic push button opener. That is in good condition and will be reused. And then this is the automatic door bottom, which goes on the bottom of the door, that when you close the door, it basically drops down to create a seal on the sill itself. The sill being a 1/2-inch high, low profile handicap sill. And that's it. Any questions?
The presentation, very thorough.
So,
Thank you.
so Norton, the window, the glass sizes in the doors will be the same as the existing?
It'll be the same size, yes.
Okay.
Any other questions for the applicant? No? Anything additional that the applicant wants to add?
No, I think that covers it. I'm sorry, was there a question?
I don't think so. All right. Well, would anyone in the audience like to speak for this application? Oh, Christine. Speak.
Hi, I'm Christine Bradley. I'm the director of the library, and we are looking forward to the completion of this project. And we appreciate the presentation that Norton has done. It will look exactly the same, but function much better.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you.
Would anyone in the audience like to speak for this application? Would anyone in the audience like to speak against this application? HDC 21-30 is closed. Thank you.
Thank you.
So I will open deliberations on HDC 21-22, 50 West Mystic Ave, Kirsten Sut. This was that window replacement that was previously continued while we got a little bit of additional clarification. Does anyone have any comments or motions?
I would move to approve.
I would second.
Any comments? All right. All in favor by roll call. Ferguson,
Aye.
Moriarty, aye. Levinson,
Aye.
Nault,
Aye.
Brady.
Aye.
The application is approved. HDC 21-24, 3 Pearl Street. This was to install the compressors and line sets. This was a continuation from a previous application where they moved the line set from around the corner. Any comments or motions?
I make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Comments? All in favor? Ferguson,
Aye.
Moriarty, aye. Levinson,
Aye.
Nault,
Aye.
Brady.
Aye.
The application is approved. HDC 21-27, Jason and Lori Burke. This was the application to install the 3 compressors and line sets on Bank Street. Any comments or motions?
I'll make a motion to approve it.
Don, you were going to say something?
Just, do we have to clarify what it's going to set on somehow in the approval? Or is that in the record?
Well, I didn't think so because the application did reflect a stand. They just said that the stand was going to be flush against the house.
Okay.
So I had thought that that was adequate, unless you think that something additional needs to be included.
No,
No, okay.
sounds good.
My motion still stands.
I'll second that. Any comments? No. All right. Ferguson,
Aye.
Moriarty, aye. Levinson,
Aye.
Nault,
Aye.
Brady.
Aye.
The application is approved. We continued HDC 21-28. So HDC 21-29, 15 Pearl Street, St. Mark's Parish. This was the solar panel application. Comments or motions?
I move to approve.
I'll second it.
My only comment is that we're, always very strongly encouraged to improve all solar panel applications.
Yeah, I thought Rob and Adam did a very nice job presenting this.
Yes. Ferguson,
Aye.
Moriarty, aye. Levinson,
Aye.
Nault,
Aye.
Brady.
Aye.
The application is approved. HDC 21-30, 40 Library Street, Mystic Noank Library. This was the replacement of the door.
I'll make
Comments? Go ahead.
I'll make a motion to approve the doors.
Second.
Any comments? My only comment is, other than function, it appears to be a like for like change.
Correct.
So Ferguson,
Aye.
Moriarty, aye. Levinson,
Aye.
Nault,
Aye.
Brady.
Aye.
The application is approved. All right.
Sarah?
Yes, ma'am.
And this may be later in new business, but before we leave, the application by Anne Marie, and I forget her last name, who wanted to be extended. there was some comments that were sent to us about, she hadn't been contacted, and I thought it was pretty clear from the application process, and we can talk about this later if this isn't the right time, but if they submit a nomination, isn't it the custom to put it on the very next hearing?
Yes, if they submit an application, so you submit an application, you submit your documentation, and then staff goes through your documentation and tells you if you have an adequate amount of documentation to go on to the calendar, to go on to the notice in the newspaper.
So I think she was upset that we hadn't contacted her, but I just wanted to make sure that the application process should make it clear to the applicant that if they apply, we're going to put them on the very next hearing to try to move things along for them. And I just it was curious to me that she wasn't clear on that.
Okay, so I think that that's an issue, and I think that it's a good point, and we can talk about that when we get to old business, and that way we
Okay.
don't have to keep our that's
Perfect. Okay.
So for pre-application hearings, Peter, do we have anybody here for those?
Let's see, if somebody's raising their hand, who's raising their hand?
Oh, it's Bob and Karen Neild.
Oh, there we go. Karen, yeah. Her hand is up.
Hi, Bob and Karen Neild, 278 High Street. And yes, for the pre-application part of the meeting, we wanted to show you what we have put together for a carriage house style garage that we'd like to build behind our house on High Street. So we have some things together we can share. Share our screen.
Ability to share screen now.
Okay. Karen's driving this. Okay, so.
Can you see us?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead, Karen. So if you can see that, that's the house is the address is High Street, 278 High Street, but to get to the parking area and where the garage would be, you'd have to go down High Lane, which is the gravel lane that you can see there to the right. So from this angle from High Street, the garage would not be visible, particularly with the in the summertime with the trees on. But we have another view here that shows more of a straight on view. So if Karen, you could show the pointer there. So kind of to the left of the dogwood, it'd be behind and to the left of the house there.
Is there going to be a driveway to it?
There is. Yep. This next shot which will show that. So if you drove down High, there'll be no additional driveway from what you just saw. You just, the way we do it now is we drive down High Lane, and then when you get to our house, be it past our house there on the left, you turn left into our parking area. So the structure would be at the end of that parking area there behind our house. So there's no additional driveway would be added.
Okay, so it's south of your house. So from High Street, it's further away from High Street than your house.
It is.
Correct.
Yep.
Okay.
Is it south or is it north?
East. It's
It's
east.
east. East.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of, it'll be northeast essentially. It doesn't overlap with the house.
And it looks like that's a circular driveway or something. Are you going on top of it or?
No, it's just a straight on.
Yeah, it's just straight on. There's a little bit of
There's a little L down there.
Okay.
And there's a little curve here where it expands outward, but it's not, it dead ends there.
Is it gonna be higher than your house or about?
Definitely not. In fact, that was kind of a guess on scale, but I would say, yeah, I'm not sure on the scale of that. We've got some pictures that we can show you, but it definitely
R6, maybe. I know.
complies with the height. I think the top of it is 17 feet. Karen can pull up some of those drawings, but
Because just a little bit down the street from you, we had a carriage house that's going in. And that was one of the concerns we had for there. Because it was going to be higher than the home itself.
yeah, this would be at least, I would guess 10, I don't know, 10 feet lower than the house.
Having a little trouble hearing you, sir.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, it would be. I'm guessing, and we can nail that down, but it'd be about 10 feet lower than the house. So yeah, you can see here High Street and then High Lane.
Yeah.
And then there's the parking area there, and then High Lane kind of continues down to the right, but that dead end.
What's that structure to the far right of the driveway? Yeah,
that's a small shed that we had approved and built probably 18 years ago or so. Just a vertical pine siding, and it's small. I think it's 8 by 12. So that's just it exists there next to that little parking area right there. So this is kind of a larger view, so you can see the surrounding streets and where High Lane goes. Yes,
That house that we approved is right on the corner, just down the street from yours.
That's on High Street?
Yeah, it's right on the map, on the bottom corner of High, and
It's not on this map. It's
no, it's to the left there. That one, where that L-shaped driveway is where that carriage house is going.
Oh.
I know where you mean, yep.
Okay, a corner of Godfrey and High, right?
Yeah. All right, then we have some of what the details of the garage would look like.
So I apologize for the, Aaron can rotate these, but it's a post and beam structure from Country Carpenters up in Colchester, and it's 22 by 24. And as I think I mentioned, vertical shiplap. I guess they put the rough side out for pine siding. Do you have the rest of the views, Karen? So this would be the right elevate. Well, go down one more, Karen. So that would be the side that's facing west.
That would face High Street.
So when you pulled into the garage, the entry door would be on the left side, closest to where the house is. And then there's one more view, right? So that would be facing north. Yeah. And we just have some pictures that Country Carpenters actually has a model up there in Colchester, so it was able to actually take photographs. So that's the view that would be looking to the east with a gable vent and just simple barn sash windows. That's not an opening window. Yeah, the doors, they would be overhead doors, but with the added detail of the hinges there to make them look like more of a carriage house style. This is the window on the first floor, which would be next to the entry door. Again, with the barn sash opening. It's a, it's pretty simple structure. I mean, one of the things that we liked about it is it doesn't compete with the house. So this is just the shot of the trim and the overhang and the eaves there. Same thing with the door. Rather than have a conventional door, just stick with the barn, the barn style, carriage house style door. I guess it's still lockable. Opens out rather than in. This shows a just close up of the siding, obviously, but prior to it having any paint. And then for the roof, this is what we would propose for the roof. This color and this style of the timberline shingles.
That's all, and that's all we've got.
Well, that's plenty. That's a great presentation for a preliminary in particular.
Yeah, very good.
You probably have pretty much everything you need for a public hearing.
Okay.
Okay, great.
I just have a question. This is a 2-story structure?
No, it's not. It's yeah, it's the collar, they call them more collar ties, I guess, that are in there. I mean, there's a it's a high ceiling in there, but it is not a 2-story. They don't call it a two-story building. He said you could probably throw some lighter things in there on top of the collar ties, but you're pretty much standing in the garage looking up, at those windows and the gable vents up there. There's no
floor in there.
There's no beam and no column in there that is supporting anything in the second floor.
I'm just curious why you went so high. Just out of curiosity.
Oh, that's just the style that they that's the style. I mean, if it's going to be 22 feet deep, I think to have any
needs a roof.
Yeah, I mean, to have it the 10-12 pitch, that's what it ends up looking like.
I think it's a much more attractive structure going that high, Don. If it were a low pitched roof, I think it would look pretty pedestrian, don't you?
Yeah, okay.
And Don, it might, I can certainly provide for the regular hearing the actual heights. We have a drawing that shows that, and it's
yeah, I wonder if this view just doesn't exaggerate the height of the roof.
I think it does, particularly like that the front elevation,
right?
Because it looks like it's going straight up there.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and I think what we would appreciate if you would give us an elevation to show us the ridge height of the new building, and then also show us what the height of your existing house is, just so we can compare the relative heights of both structures.
Absolutely, we can do that. Sure. Okay. Can you think of anything else that we could provide for you at the next meeting that would be helpful?
Maybe, I don't think really, but maybe a photograph that kind of shows the front of your house and then shows where the driveway is and just how they relate to each other. I mean, I think we sort of get it from putting the two photos together, but it's sort of like a streetscape of your side of the street, of the lane there.
Okay.
A shot from back, looking back at the front of your house, and then I would see the driveway beyond it, I assume.
Okay, yeah, we could definitely do that. I guess this be that middle picture, Karen. Yeah, so
is that the front of the house there?
That's the side that faces High Street, so that's looking.
I think then Todd
looking
means the right side from there,
Yeah, because so you're.
from the
you're-
lane, from the
you're-
lane.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, from the lane. You're quite a way set back from. Yeah, it's
here's
from the lane. See, that's, yeah, it's from right over there to the right where Peter's arrow was, or your arrow.
Yep.
Yeah, over here.
Yeah, right over there.
Sure, yeah, because go back to the picture, Karen, the other one. That. Yeah, so they kind of from this, but maybe from farther back and maybe at a little bit more of an angle, kind of
Get back
showing.
so we can see the side of your house in relation to the whole thing.
For sure, okay.
It's not a big deal.
Yep, no, we can do that. Very good.
Any other questions?
None.
Okay, so we'll I suppose we'll bring everything we have over to the annex and if that has to be done this week, so it can possibly get publicized next week.
Yeah, I should think Linda could weigh in on that, but I should think you'd really want to get all that information into planning department, Tom Zanarini, tomorrow if you can, and preferably digital. Well, it's already digitized, so because he's got to go through it all himself. So
very good. Yep, can do that.
But you're pretty much there. Maybe one more photograph and you're there, I think.
Okay.
Can anyone hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I've been trying to unmute myself for 5 minutes. Sorry. I thought I was gonna have to reboot my computer. So I didn't mean to interrupt you, Todd, sorry.
So that's okay. So you're
well, the
just
next
gonna have to
meeting-
get that tape measure out and try to get the height of your house.
Absolutely, I can do that tonight before it gets dark.
Yeah, right. Don't fall off a
Will
ladder.
the next meeting continue to be Zoom?
Probably.
Yeah, okay.
Which is the 15th, I believe.
Right.
I'm waiting.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Peter, are there any other pre-apps in the waiting room, if you will? Maybe he's having the same problem I was having. Peter?
I had a conversation with a gentleman named Richard Davis this afternoon. I thought I saw him at the beginning of the meeting.
I just saw him pop up.
Okay.
Richard, can you hear us? And he disappeared. Oh, there he is again.
Oh, he just muted himself.
Richard Davis, calling Richard Davis.
You're muted, Richard, if you can hear us. Oh, you're unmuted now.
Mr. Davis?
The dog is presenting tonight.
That's kind of a rough voiceover.
Is that your dog, Sarah?
3 of them.
She's muted now.
You gotta love this Zoom stuff.
Richard's
Richard's here. There's Richard.
He's here. Yay. Richard, what do you got?
Oh, you got cell phone issues.
Lagging.
Uh-oh.
Nope.
Got a bad cell phone location.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. He's playing music now. Found his cell phone. I don't know.
Richard, sometimes if you turn your camera off, your audio might be clearer. So stop video.
I'm gonna drink some wine.
Yeah.
No.
What a trip.
So Peter, if I chat him a message, will he see it?
You should be able to, yes.
Okay.
Everybody will see it, no?
Okay, let me try that and see what we can do here. Without my barking dogs. I hate when I don't do these meetings from work.
I don't know. Eve.
For some reason, this isn't working for me. Maybe someone else can try.
Hello?
Is that you, Richard?
No, that's Bill Biden. Right.
Oh. Sorry.
I'm just waiting.
Yep. All right. It looks like we might have to call this one technical difficulties. And move on. So, Linda.
Yes.
Do you know the extent of what he wanted to discuss? Was it something that was time sensitive? Is this something that we can just move on and chalk up technical difficulties for next week?
Well, he was the gentleman who was at the very end. He was just kind of hanging and he wasn't sure what that was last week.
Okay.
Oh, you weren't here last week.
No.
And I forgot the subject address. I think he had some other things that he was going to sort of run by you.
Okay. So, is there any way someone can mute him?
Yeah, can someone mute?
I don't know. It looks
Kevin,
like
maybe de-promote him, if that's a word.
Whoever the host is should have the
I
power.
I muted him again.
Okay, thank you. So maybe if he wants to correspond by email, and then we can, so in case he wants to get on the agenda, we can figure that out, but I don't think that trying to, I think that there's too many technical difficulties to work on that, which is unfortunate.
Sarah, did you see the chat from this gentleman named
Yes,
Kevin?
I
Okay.
was just gonna, thank you
Okay.
very much. Does anybody have any criticism of moving beyond this?
Nope.
Yep, okay. All right, Kevin, if you want to pose your question. Oh, you're on mute, Bonnie.
What is the phone number that like Mr. Biden's calling in on? Can this Richard Davis call in on that?
He can, he just has to go to the agenda and he'll see it. There's instructions there. Maybe if you just want to type him that message, because for some reason I was having trouble.
Okay, I'll look for the phone number.
In the meantime, Mr. Leibovitz, if you want to unmute yourself and ask your question.
Hello?
Kevin?
Yes, you're there.
Yes, you can hear me.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. My name is Kevin Leibowitz. My comment has nothing to do with tonight's meeting, but has to do with everything you all do, and it's appreciated by everyone around here, keeping everything conforming. My question is regarding the standard 3 Water Street. They have now put their AC HVAC units on their roof, and they're all in the front, and they far exceed the height of their railing. They're quite visible and quite distracting to the historic looking skyline of downtown Mystic now. Why are they not placed in the rear of the building out of sight? And I can share some photos if you want with the screen share.
I actually noticed that the other day. And I meant to peek at their file to see what it was as to what they proposed versus what was approved.
Recording in progress. Probably maybe 10 of them on the front of the building, the facade, and the back of the building is completely empty. And I've taken pictures from around town that show them clearly. And after listening to all the comments about placing these, people's housing units behind them, the wires behind them, the piping behind them, I'm just curious as to why this is so front and center. Downtown historic stuff.
I did see a lot of social media about that this weekend, and I just saw the pictures. It was pretty shocking. I wasn't on the panel when that was approved, so I don't know what the answer is.
Okay. See that photo?
Yeah.
That's one of them. That's from like advanced improvements about
Coming
back
down Route 1.
right, and that's just I can give you more from different angles from downtown, and if you'd like, but that's just my concern.
I don't disagree. I noticed it this weekend when I parked at Chelsea Groton. I believe that the back part of their building is a rooftop deck. But when you look at these things in scale, it's hard. And I can tell you that I agree with you. It surprised me as well. And I had planned on taking a look at it.
Yeah, they're so large, they block that, whatever you call that building on top of the building.
Cupola.
Lookout windows. So anyway, if y'all could, I would truly appreciate that. It's just my concern because it's somehow every other building downtown that has these units, they're lower than the units themselves. They're lower than those railings that go around the building. These are the only ones that are completely visible. Even the restaurants, all the ventilation systems either behind the building or lower in the rear. So anyway, my 2 cents. I appreciate y'all listening.
No, I appreciate that, Kevin, and for taking your time to wait to the end of the meeting. Thank you. And it is something we'll look at.
All right. Thank you very much for your time. I truly appreciate it.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Y'all have a great day.
All right. I think we've gone through all of the pre-apps that we can.
Whoa.
Amber alert going on.
Oh, geez.
Oh, I just got it too.
Boy, that's loud.
Yeah.
Peter, are we ready to move on to public communications?
Sarah, I'm not sure if he can be heard, but I do see Richard. I do see him in video. Richard Davis. I don't know if he can be heard though.
You can give it a try.
Oh, he turned off his camera now.
He's frozen on my computer. I don't think this is gonna work.
Yeah.
And we do have one more caller. Biden, that was going to be discussed. I think that's under new business. Though.
Yeah, that's under new business.
Yeah.
But it really is old business.
Hello?
No,
Hello?
we're almost there. We're almost there, Mr. Biden.
Okay,
Public communications.
yeah.
None.
None.
Approval of the minutes.
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second it.
All right, all in favor?
Well, the minutes are actually not posted, so you might want to wait.
What did I see then?
Not sure.
Okay.
Thank you, Linda. Old business. I know that we have Bonnie's concern that she raised, which is an ongoing concern, is under old business, but let's just table that for now so Mr. Biden can have his words. Okay. So we're going on to new business. Mr. Biden, 4 Latham Street.
Hi, can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Oh, hi, how you all doing?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Okay, well, first of all, I want to thank you people for approving that shed, but into further investigation of that shed, when I went back over to Fleming's and looked at the T111 as you guys didn't really like, which is fine, and I found out that, geez, if I put those strips up there, I'm going to be screwing into where that little seam is only a 1/4 inch thick. So I thought that was inappropriate because I'm going to have to glue it, screw it, I'm going to have to caulk it, paint it, and we're talking over 40 strips. And I think Bonnie had a nice idea about the other material, geez, I can't think of the name of it now, AZAC, which is very good material. But as you can see, if I was to do this, I'm going on to an inferior material, so I had to get in touch with Fleming's and basically get my money back. And I went to Carefree up in Colchester, and Fleming's was nice too, don't get me wrong, everybody's been nice. So I go to Carefree, we talk, same size shed, 10 by 12. It's 6 inches higher than the one from that you saw the picture from Fleming's. The windows, they're just a little bit bigger, a couple inches each way. Everything was going to be the same, painted white, wood trim all the way around. The update was going to be, they got this material called Smart Siding, which is an aspen wood type product, and it looks like the what Eric mentioned, the cedar siding, but the coverage on it, instead of 4 inches, which is the spread on the cedar, it'd be 5-inch spread. It's got a 40-year warranty. Supposed to withstand like 140-mile-an-hour winds, and I thought it would be more appropriate because it's going horizontal and it's going to look like our surroundings, which the guy next to us has got a shed with the Dutch siding on it, which is about the same, you know. So I guess that's where I'm at. Okay. Not kidding. Same shed, as you know, just taller.
All right, well, I think that sounds good, but I think probably what you're gonna have to do is fill out a new application with photographs and a description of what you want to substitute, and then just withdraw your previous approval.
I thought he had submitted some pictures.
Yeah, so here's the problem with the people in Carefree. Here's the fella says, give me a picture of what that shed's gonna look like. He says, I can't give you a picture. I don't have a picture of it. We're building that shed. So it's basically the same as the shed you've seen in the beginning, A-frame, 8 by 10, no shutters, no 45s on the doors. It's gonna be 1/2-inch plywood with smart siding, clapboard rustic,
But we
nailed on the sides. Like,
I don't mean to interrupt you, but we can't approve, I don't think we can approve something based on your verbal representation. There's nothing in the file.
well, there's a picture there. There's a picture of a cottage shed with smart siding on it. It's all painted red that I submitted. It's right there. So that's basically what it's going to be, but an A-frame with no windows in the doors. It shows 2 windows in the door. You should have that. No, that ain't it.
So
Could be red.
is this the shed that you're?
There it is.
Oh yeah, that's the beginning shed that you.
That's the one we approved, but that's not the new one.
Right there. There we go.
Okay, see that shed? That's the smart siding, and it's going to have the wood siding just like that all the way around it with 2 windows. But the 2 windows in the door won't be there, just like the first shed. There's no windows in the door. That's it. But that's a cottage we're looking at. He don't have a picture of the only pictures he's got of the A-frame is it's got that T111 that you guys don't like. So I can't, I don't know how I can give you a picture of that. You don't want to see that.
So the shed that you're proposing to get,
Yeah.
is it the same shed in your first proposal? I'm not talking about the specific shed, but the same dimensions, the same window sizes?
No, the window sizes is 16 by, I got it right here. The window size is a little bigger, which is the smallest window they got, which is 18 by 36. 2 of them. That's the smallest ones Carefree's got. The pitch is the same, 4 pitch for an A-frame.
They can't get you a picture because they have to build it.
So I don't have, I like the shed. I don't have any concerns with the shed. I can't speak for anybody else.
Right.
But we have to, the way, so you've been put on the agenda under new business.
Yes.
As we can administratively change your previous application. And this path is for smaller changes, like say, for example, someone wanted to use a different roof color or swap out simply the a wood plank for a hardy board plank, something along those lines. In your instance, some of the changes are a little more substantial than what we can do in this administrative path.
Well, the smart siding is kind of what you guys are looking for.
Absolutely. I'm not disagreeing with you there, but the dimensions of your shed have changed and we're required to document those.
What do you mean? The size of the shed? That's the same.
The windows have changed.
Yes, that's true.
Right.
They're a little bigger, he said, than what this was.
And I know it seems silly, but because the windows are bigger, we have to document that. So I think that you have 2 options. I think your best option is to just do a new application. The other option is to do an amendment to your existing approval, which I think is just extra work for everybody.
Well, I don't even know what the size of the windows were, Fleming's. They never even gave me the size of their windows.
Right. So don't worry about the Fleming's application. Ask your new vendor to give you dimensions and sizes, and just like what you have here, so that we can see the sizes and we can approve this application.
Well, I did give you on the email to Linda. She's got it. It says right there that the windows are 18 by 36.
But we need, you're right, but we need this on a new application.
Because of the windows? That's the reason I gotta do it?
Well, it's a combination between the windows and the new material. It's a different shed, which we certainly
Okay, so
like more, but
Okay,
unfortunately,
Okay, so I'm not gonna be able to get you a picture of it because the guy up at the shed place don't have a picture of this shed.
so what's the picture that you're showing us? This is just a mock-up of the siding?
Yeah, this is what this is Carefree, and this is showing you what the Smart Slide clapboard sliding looks like.
Okay.
And the other thing is what just shows, no, that's Fleming's there.
Yep, so go back up a little bit, Peter. There you go.
So this gives you the height, so it's a 6 inches higher, the Carefree on the elevation. And it's a 12 by 10, so it's basically the same.
So these
foot-
elevations are what we need, and then the window sizes. We don't need an exact picture of your shed. We often don't have those things because they're not built prior to you coming for approval. But we need the elevations and the list of materials, and then you should be good. And
Okay, so that
location
window right
sorry.
there is not gonna, that picture you're looking at now with that window, that's not gonna be there. That's just giving a representation of how they build the shed,
Mhm.
I guess. So what do you, okay, what do you need?
So just note, I'm sorry, go ahead, Todd.
Yeah, Carefree ought to be able to give you a drawing of the shed. We don't need a photograph.
Right.
Yeah, they couldn't do it. Ain't that crazy?
They can't give you a drawing?
You know, I just talked to that guy today again. I said, you can't give me he says, I give you pictures of the one they're sending to Fisher's Island, but it don't have any windows in it. And it's a cottage, so the
Yeah,
roof.
but I'm not looking for a picture. I'm looking for a drawing.
You know,
Oh, you
like
want a
catalog.
drawing?
Yeah.
Just like what's on the screen. Oh, you can't see it.
Okay, you want a drawing of what they're gonna make with the two windows and the size of the windows.
Exactly.
Okay.
We don't need a photo.
A drawing with the two windows and sizes of windows and the smart slide.
Showing the dimensions of the shed
Okay.
and what
So I guess
that's all.
gonna have, so I don't know what do I do now, I guess?
So you need to fill out a new application and give it to Tom Zanarini along with the drawing from Carefree and the list of materials. And the same information that you submitted from your previous hearing where it said where the shed was going on the property.
Okay, well, you got that already. That was all set.
You do have it, but you need to re-include it. Thank you, Bonnie.
Oh, okay, I can re-include the footprint. Re-include footprint. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna have to call Carefree. I need a drawing showing exactly what we're getting here and a list of materials, right?
Perfect.
If you're
No,
confused,
it's good.
you go see the guy, the Linda and everyone at the annex, because you can't see what we're looking at, the Carefree spec sheet. And she
No,
can
I can
show you
see that.
that.
I think
can
he can see it. He's just on the phone and the computer.
Oh, he can see it?
I can see the Carefree, the A-roof
Oh,
model there.
That's what
See
you
that?
need.
I guess the big difference is I'm upgrading to the smart sliding, which I hope it's approved. I mean, it seems like they've been using it all over the country in the historical districts. And you got another page there where it says they've been using it down in New Orleans. They had a hurricane down there and all that. The only difference in that is instead of a 4-inch spacing like you got on cedar siding, it's got a 5-inch spacing. So, I mean,
you basically got everything you need. It's just a technical of just resubmitting it. So the file.
Okay. Resubmit. I'm writing this down. Resubmit. I'm glad I did the research because that batten wouldn't have worked for me.
I think you're better off with where you're going now.
Yeah, I think I am too.
Better. It'll match your house better.
Right. And it'll be all painted white.
The only thing I would suggest is go on the website of the commission and make sure everything you've sent in shows up as connected to your application before the next hearing. So that if there's something missing, you could contact the staff and make sure that it gets, reinserted into the file.
Right. So the sad part was the guy at that Carefree, nice guy. I mean, I said, you can't show me a picture of that? He said, no. Crazy. He could show you one for a cottage and all the other ones, not for that A-frame. Crazy. Now, he must have a drawing of it because he's going to make it, build it, right?
Exactly.
Gotta have a drawing. So I guess that's what I need.
All right, very good. Thank you, Mr. Biden.
Yeah, thank you. So I'll get back to you. Thank you for all your help and patience. It's been a long trip for me, but I'm getting educated here.
Very good. We'll see you shortly.
When's the next meeting?
The 15th.
15th?
Yep.
Okay.
right.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'll have to see Linda then. You guys take care. Thank you. Okay. When you have in-house meetings again?
Hopefully soon.
Okay. Not yet
It's
either.
out of our hands.
It's out of their hands, they said. All right, so sounds good. Thank you all. Tell Eric, if you see Eric, tell him thanks a lot. You know, I think he helped me out too on this. I had to do a lot of thinking on this one.
All right, will do.
All right, thanks all. Take care.
You too.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. So we can briefly jump back to Bonnie's concern of the whole application process and how we've been navigating that. I think that there are still some things that need to be ironed out, but because I wasn't here last week, Bonnie, are you saying that the woman who was on the agenda didn't know she was on the agenda?
Yeah, there was a memo that Linda sent us.
Oh, I must have missed it. I'm
And
sorry.
I think it's included in the package today.
So did she show up at the, she was on tonight's agenda for the first time?
And she wrote a note saying she was surprised, or an email, that she was surprised that she was sent to the public hearing before somebody contacted me on my availability. And I just thought it was self-evident that if you apply, you're going to get on the next meeting.
Right, right. So if you have all of your information and staff feels that it's appropriate for you to go out in the newspaper notice, you're just put on the next hearing. You don't get to pick your days. And if you're not available, then you get continued and you have, I don't remember, I should know, but I think it's 60 or 90 days.
And that's what Linda's note back to her said.
Yeah.
We'd continue, but it was, you know, it was almost like, I mean, maybe Linda could comment, or maybe you could find the note. Now I don't see it, but I saw it today when I was looking through the package info.
Oh, here it is.
Oh, yeah. Here it says, I want to discuss that with someone in the office first. Why was this scheduled without checking my availability? And so
I don't, what was she on for?
And I mean, she almost sounds upset, but the thing is, she shouldn't be upset. I mean, the town is trying to expedite her stuff as quickly as possible. And so I just want to make sure that our instructions are clear, that if you submit, you're going on as soon as you can.
Right. Maybe she misunderstood and thought she was going on for a pre-app. I don't know. I guess, you know, we can ask her. This is still a work in progress of submitting these materials.
I just thought if it's not clear in our direction to the applicants, we should make it clear. That's all.
All right.
Well, yeah, but I don't think it's incumbent on the town to contact every person who files an application.
No, that's what I mean. It should be
exactly what date they're going to appear. I mean, if you apply, you keep your eyes open.
Yeah, I mean, I just think it should say is you submit this, we're putting you on as soon as possible, and make it so clear that they understand that.
Yep, I agree. Okay, anyone have anything else they want to add on that?
What do we do with the comments about the 3 Water Street?
Well, I actually noticed it when I parked at Chelsea Groton. I was gonna look at their application. One of the problems is the scale. So when you look at the building as it was submitted, you're kind of standing in the street. So you don't necessarily see the tops of it until you get up high.
Well, coming down Route 1, it's
Yeah.
totally
Right.
different.
But if
I
it
wasn't on when this went before. Did you guys see anything that looked like that?
I can't remember. That's why I was gonna go back and look.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember. So
There was some pretty bad press for the Historic Commission in the social media this weekend,
yeah,
which is unfortunate.
the height is just like right on level with that Chelsea Groton parking lot to look right into those air compressors.
It inferred that there was favoritism going on. So that we should really get that cleared up.
I don't disagree. All right. Anything else? No?
Will someone from the office reach out to Richard Davis and figure out what's
Yeah.
Linda or Peter?
On? Let's see, is he still on here? Richard, can you
Still
call?
there.
Never got back.
He's still there, but we don't know what he's here for.
He's muted.
That's because he's feeding static every time he gets on.
Right.
Wonder what's happening.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Ask him.
So we don't have Eric here tonight. So does that mean we have to postpone election of officers another week, another 2 weeks?
Yeah, I think so.
Probably. It's Linda's favorite thing to do.
It's gonna be December.
That's what it normally is. All right, so we're gonna table election of officers till Mr. Goodman joins us. Any other business? No? All right, well, it was nice to see all of you this evening.
It's not very fun coming to a meeting after a long weekend. I will just make that comment.
Yeah. And what are the prospects for us to be able to meet together again? Has this been discussed in the town, Peter or Linda?
We just got an update. I mean, we just, tonight, they sent out another updated email about protocol for masks in the town hall, but the meeting schedule itself, we have heard nothing. I know they were supposed to be discussing it to try and find out, but as of this date, I have nothing to report on it.
Oh.
The only other thing, I understand that there's another new member coming on.
Oh,
Have you heard anything, Sarah?
I haven't.
Another what, Don?
Remember?
Another new member. I got the. John Goodrich. And nobody knows him, John Rick Goodrich?
I do. I know who he is. He's gonna be a member?
I heard he's in the pipeline.
For more than all of us, I guess.
I'm just giving you a heads up, that's all.
Appreciate it. All right, I think we're good.
I didn't think we had any vacancies left.
One alternate, right? 3 alternates, 5 members. Yep.
I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
We are adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Have a good night, everybody.
You guys too. Bye.
Bye. See you.
Bye-bye.